Hey guys, welcome to Treadmill Review Guru. Today we are going to compare the two models of the 1750. So we have the 2021 model and the updated 2022 model. As you can see, there's been a significant change in the overall frame design and functionality of the 2022. So we're going to compare and give you a rough list of some of the differences and similarities, the things that we love about this new model and the things that we might miss just a touch about the 2021. Let's just compare the frame differences between the 2022 and the 2021. You can see, obviously, they're quite different. So we have tested the NordicTrack 1750 for several years now, and typically you get a little tweak from year to year. They'll upgrade a motor feature or something, but the frame design stays roughly the same. This is the first time we've seen this significant of a change, which I really like because I feel like pretty much all of the designs have been an upgrade. So comparatively, even though the belt size is the same, so you've got a 60-inch long belt with 22 inches of width, the same 22 inches of width and 60 inches long, the 2021 is just a hair bigger as far as the overall frame goes. So the entire length of the machine is 81 inches. The entire length of the 2022 is 80 inches. They're both roughly 65 inches high, depending on how you pivot that screen. And then the 2022 is 38 inches wide and the 2021 is 39 inches wide. So they're just a little different. One of the major differences is the step-up height. Now, for those of you that don't ever think about step-up height and have no problem getting on and off a treadmill, it's not really a thing. But for some people, step-up height makes a real difference. So the step-up height on the 2022 has been lowered 1 inch. So it's only 9 inches to the surface of that belt, which means that it's just a little easier to get on and off for people who may have limited mobility. Comparatively, the 2021 has a 10-inch step-up height. So when they're both right there on a level grade, you've got a 10 inches and a 9 inches. As far as the functionality, both of them offer a -3% decline and a 15% incline. However, the new 2022, when I measured it all the way inclined, the top of the deck comes up to about 18 inches high, whereas the 2021 only came up to about 17 inches high. So how that variation is calibrated, I'm not really sure, but you are getting just a little more incline in the new 2022. So that's a few of the superficial differences as far as overall frame design. Then you'll notice the overall layout of the cockpit and the uprights is significantly better, I think, on the 2022. I love the way that the uprights have been angled just a little bit more. And if you can see, they've expanded the span between both handrails right here to give you lots of room. So you actually have 33 inches of span on the 2022 model. And to me, it just feels very comfortable. I feel like I have plenty of room. The 2021 wasn't constrictive by any regard. You still have nice big space, but it's just a little more square. So you just kind of feel like you're just in a little bit more of a square space, whereas this feels more open. So those are kind of the main structural differences. They both have really nice cushioning. So I don't know that NordicTrack has changed their cushioning design much. The 2021, they titled their cushioning the Runner's Flex Cushioning. The 2022 doesn't necessarily have any designation. The other thing that you'll notice is the 2021 did have the option to adjust the cushioning. You could turn it on or you can turn it off depending on how much flex you want in the deck. The 2022 doesn't offer that. There's no way to adjust the cushioning, but I feel like you have a really gentle footfall as you come down and land on that foot, and then you've got a nice solid toe off at the back. So I don't know that you really need to adjust the cushioning. It's kind of set pretty much where you'd want it for walking, running, hiking. It's really pretty good. So if we look at the overall console design, you'll notice that up here, the console has been minimized and kind of has more of an airy feel. The other thing I love about the console is, in addition to a larger touchscreen, the entire console itself pivots and tilts. So I can pivot it side to side and I can tilt it up and down. And that not only reduces overhead glare, maybe from lights if you want to tilt it, or provide some adaptability for users of different heights. When you pivot it side to side, it makes it so that if you're doing a workout on the floor, maybe you're doing yoga or stretching or a boot camp class where you're doing some weights and then back on the treadmill and then back on the floor, you can shift that screen to be able to see the entire console. And that's really nice. And also, it's not only the screen that moves, but all of your quick touch buttons move so that you can hit those if you want to adjust anything. You know, if you look at the 2021 model, it worked really well, and the 10-inch touchscreen wasn't really limiting, but because those icons to control some of the features are a little smaller on a smaller screen, it could occasionally be a little more challenging to navigate, whereas you have a larger screen on the 2022, which enlarges the touchscreen buttons as well. So you've got a 14-inch touchscreen here and a 10-inch touchscreen here. The overall functionality of the 2021, I never had any problems with. I really feel like it was really well designed, but the upgrades are nice. So on the 2021, you've got your speakers down here. They were fine. And you've got your fans right in here. They were also fine. On the 2022, the speakers have been upgraded and they're right at the bottom of the console. So they're really easy to see. They're crisp and clear. Even when I turn the volume up, it doesn't get fuzzy. They're both Bluetooth enabled, so you can use headphones on either one, which is nice and probably most people will. But that upgraded speaker is a nice feature. The fans I like as well. I find the placement on the 2022 to be just a little bit better. For me, the 2021 fans came right up in my face, which was fine, but this is a little more chest height and just kind of provides some nice cooling. Even though the fan on the 2021 looks bigger, it's just the venting that is larger. They both have the same power and the same 4 settings. So the other thing I wanted to point out is, I don't know if you can tell from the video, but they've added a nice kind of almost a rubberized texture on the edges of these handrails right here, which I like, one, because I think it's comfortable and I think it's easy to hold. And also it is less likely to get slick. So if you're running and your hands are sweaty or whatever, this surface is just a nice grip and easy to clean. These are a little bit wider, so for my hands, they're not quite as comfortable, and they don't have the same surface as far as being slip resistant. So it's a little thing, but to me, it makes a difference. You do have just a little bit less storage on the 2022. So that would be the only thing that you might want to be aware of. You are down to just these 2 pockets on either side, so you can drop keys, a phone, a water bottle in there. And one thing I really like about them is, if you would like, you can wedge them in there really good so they're nice and secure, but you can actually remove them. So if you're not using them, if you've got a table close by and you drop your stuff on that, you don't have to have those right there in your way. The 2021 did have this tray down underneath, which was nice because it did add a little bit of extra storage. I haven't found that I missed it. So, you know, it's always nice to have that feature, but I haven't found it to be lacking. So one other thing to be aware of, you'll notice on the spec sheet, the 2021 has a 3.75 horsepower motor, whereas the 2022 has a 3.5 horsepower motor. You'd be hard pressed to know the difference. I don't know how you'd really calibrate the difference with regular usage. They both have a 12-mile-an-hour max speed. They both have all the same speed increments. They have the same range of incline and decline. So while you will see that different on a spec sheet, it's not going to change the functionality at all. One other thing that I really like about the 2022 model that most people might not notice, but I notice because I use treadmills a lot, is they have tucked the belt up underneath the side rails. One, I think it's a cleaner look. And 2, I think it is safer. You're not going to get stuff stuck up under that belt. It's less likely for little fingers to get caught in there. And 3, I think it makes the belt move smoothly along the deck without hearing as much flapping when you're running. You'll notice over here the belt is loose. It's just slightly on the inside of those rails. And while it never really was a problem, I do like the fact that they've kind of tucked it in there. So both machines are folding treadmills. So you can fold them up really easy. They both have that easy assist release. So you just release it and it'll drop back down to the floor nice and slow. And the overall weight of both machines is roughly the same. I think the 2022 comes in at like 339 pounds and the 2021 is 340 pounds. So the difference is negligible. They both also have the same total max weight. So they will both support users up to about 300 pounds. So hopefully this has kind of given you a helpful overview on the differences and some of the unique upgrades on the new 2022. In general, I think everything is an improvement. There's nothing that I've used on this machine and thought, oh, I really missed this on the 2021. Everything about the functionality, the noise output, the screen, the console, I feel like it's all an upgrade. and it's priced roughly compatible with what we've seen the 1750 priced at historically. So it's a really great option, and it's one of our favorite treadmills for just all around use. It's going to work for walking, running, hiking, pretty much any user. This is a great option. If you'd like more details on either machine, we do have individual video reviews on both the NordicTrack 1750 2022 model and the NordicTrack 1750 2021 model. So make sure and check those out. You can also get more information on our website at treadmillreviewguru.com. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. We'd love to know what you think. And as always, if you liked our video, make sure to subscribe and give us a thumbs up. Our goal is to bring you up-to-date information to help you make informed buying choices. My name's Kristen with Treadmill Review Guru, and I'll see you again soon.